don't even know.
Gunshots are the gun underwater big. Guilt trip, these drugs are inside
In
of
your
it.
30s.
This is not where I want to be.
That's right. I am in my 30s. I'm 34 years old. And also, we're near that number in episodes. I don't even want to start speculating because then I'm going to confuse myself. And honestly, it really doesn't matter what number you're on as long as you're on a number. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Mostly Sorry podcast. Here we are. We back after a bit of a break, a 1 week break, sometimes life gets in the way of things, and I'm at the point in my life where sometimes life is more important than podcasting. I know that's hard to believe with the way the world is right now. Podcasts are God and they are everything to everyone, but sometimes you just gotta fucking take a chill pill, and you hope the people that fuck with you understand. And honestly, probably the same people that have always been here are still here and possibly excited to have another new episode. Maybe they missed us, but and when I say us, I mean me and my friend, producer, co-host, David Deary. David Deary, how are you?
I'm good.
Nice. David just said he ate a bunch of peanut butter and he's gonna be tired as fuck, which is nice because maybe some of you out there have just eaten peanut butter as well, and maybe you'll be on a journey with David right now. The tired journey.
Go on the peanut butter journey with me. I think I'm just tired in general.
I'm
just kind of waiting it out.
PB&J, peanut butter journey.
I don't know if I mentioned this, but I fucked my toe up. I think I broke my toe or sprained my toe really bad, and it's been a few days now. It's been a while. No tennis for me.
Oh, it sucks, man.
Couldn't even walk. Couldn't really walk for a few days on it, and
Damn it, we know you love cooking, so that sucks. Get it? Walk? All right. Yep, still making the same bad jokes, but that's what I'm here for. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to joke about your broken toe. I've had it before. It's awful.
No, I mean, it's fine. It sucks, but I'm having all kinds of weird issues. I also have like a weird pain in my abdomen. Not sure what that is.
Ugh.
Don't feel like going to the doctors and getting an x-ray or whatever. They got to give you blood work.
Do you have
$1,000 blood work?
Yeah, do you have insurance?
I have like the worst insurance you can get.
Yeah.
The cheapest. I think it's a couple dollars a month.
Oh, man. That sucks, dude.
Still copay. Yeah, whatever.
No,
Life sucks.
No, it doesn't, but it doesn't have to. That's been bothering me lately, is like I've just been thinking a lot about, I always think a lot about just like sort of things that are kind of human rights, like just about how our priorities are kind of skewed, like, and I don't know much about the books or anything, but I think if we can spend that much on like war and other things, I wish we could just figure out a way to help people not live lives where they're just scared all the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't have the answers to that. But, Joel, what I do have the answers to, or at least the questions to, is how you're feeling, man, because it's about you and your mental health right now, because we're in the mental health minute right now. Break it out. Bust it out. Sounds like you had a tough time. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say life sometimes grabs you by the boo-boo, and you just gotta keep moving. The good thing is that I have, a good thing about life getting crazy sometimes and getting older is like I have been here before, and I know that there is another side to the coin. And so I do find myself in moments of being like, damn, like, will I ever get out of this? And the answer is, even if I don't believe I will, I think I will. Like, it's sort of been proven over time that as long as I just stay busy and keep moving forward as much as I can, life doesn't stop. So I'm good, man. I've actually I don't know. I back on the, I don't remember the last thing that I said. I think on the Discord I mentioned that I had drank again. Not that I'm like it sounds like I like relapsed or something. So I made the decision to like not drink for like just to see how long I could go. And then I went about 39 days, and I had a stand-up show, and I was hella nervous because I just hadn't done stand-up since November. And I was like, you know what? Tonight I'm going to have some stuff to drink. And the next morning woke up super fucking depressed, and I was like, you know what, I don't know if this thing is for me anymore. So I'm back on that now. I think I'm like 10 days in again. And
How did your set go, by the way?
it was good. I mean, it went well. I can autopilot that shit at this point. I'll tell you that like when I got on stage, I was like, oh, I felt it because I hadn't drank in a while, so I really felt it. But I was able to sort of stabilize and kind of not autopilot because I was present, but I was also I don't think I was like slurring or like falling over or anything like that. And I think I gave a good show. It was really fun. I'll say that. I didn't like. It wasn't not fun. I had a great time. There was a lot of people that came out to see me. Thank you to everybody that came out to see me. And it was nice. It was a really fun time. I'll say that. But that's the problem. I've talked about that before. Like fun inevitably sinks really low for me the next day. So the next day I woke up pretty in the dumps, and I was like, the only way I could think of it, and I know people in the program and stuff refer to it like this, but like just like an allergy to alcohol. Like when I drink it, I get really sad.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think that's what a lot of people who stop drinking alcohol experience. I know for me, I just quit drinking alcohol because the pain of the hangovers and just understanding the mental like valley that it would put me in after like I would drink really heavily. Like obviously a lot of it is stew, but I would drink heavily like for a weekend or something, just go at it, and then 3 or 4 days I would just feel really like, mentally down. It would just basically put me in a funk. So,
For sure.
that's it.
Yeah.
Well, why bother,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, and who knows? I mean, I guess I can't really think about what's gonna happen. I can just say that like today I'm like doing all right. I'm not gonna do it. And I feel better, man. I read. I sleep well. I'm like more productive than not. Where when I wake up like that, I'm bummed, dude, and I can't really do anything. God,
also it's like I've never been the type of person that like I don't know. I just don't understand people that are so devoted to certain things. They're like, oh my God, I could never quit drinking. It's like, why not? Do you look at professional athletes and think they're losers if they don't drink? Like people who are so obsessed with mountain climbing, they're just like, oh no, I don't drink. I don't have time to drink because I'm just mountain climbing all the time.
Yeah.
And I know most of those people do drink. They usually have a few drinks when they climb a mountain. They get to the top, they crack a little bottle of whiskey. They do.
Yeah, for sure. Tap the Rockies. I'm just kidding.
But they don't drink on a level they don't party. And a lot of those people don't drink. And obviously, if you were a mountain climber hanging out with mountain climbers and they got to the top and they all pulled out a little bottle of whiskey and you were like, no, I'm good, I don't care. They wouldn't be like, what the fuck? You don't drink. No, you're addicted to fucking mountain climbing.
For sure.
And you've reached an age where you're addicted to, just whatever you're addicted to, hopefully.
Yeah. I just, I don't know, man. I used to like wine with food and stuff, but it's like, I mostly like the food. I think it's not like it's I don't know. It's starting to seem like it's just not worth the hassle afterwards for me. If I'm being completely honest with myself, it's like I don't think it's worth it. But a little bit ago I yawned on camera. I might do it again right now actually, and I wonder, watch.
And I'll probably yawn too.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, they say it's contagious. If you're in the
it
comments right now and you saw that and you yawned, please let us know in the comments. And that's it. I'm not really like tired. I'm just kind of like, I think it's just because it's gloomy out. I'm kind of hanging out. I'm looking at my cat asleep like a motherfucker on the bed right now. He just doesn't care about anything.
It's supposed to rain.
Yeah, it was supposed
to. Crazy.
Yeah, my dad was supposed to get his vaccine today, but they rescheduled it to Friday because it was gonna rain. So, that'd be cool, man. I can't wait till I get it. That would be I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be sort of the wheels turning towards a bit of a positive future. Jesus, I got gas and yawns.
A lot of people are getting it. My parents both got it. Like your parents are getting it. I know a few friends got it. My one friend who delivers weed got it because weed is medical. That's pretty outrageous.
Yeah, I know. We talked about that. I'm like, there are people in prison like for weed still, and then now they're like first of the line to get vaccinated. It's pretty funny and sad.
I mean, yeah, really funny. Shout out to everyone in jail for weed. That's horrible, man.
No, not
Fucking
that. No.
release.
It's
I know.
You know what I
know.
mean.
It's fine. It's ironic. Yeah.
Yeah, I would never.
Obviously, I'm just.
I did.
So what's up, Joel? What's on your mind? What's going on with this podcast? Get the ship going in a direction. What's your theme?
Well, first, can I just say I did something cool this weekend?
Of course.
Check it out,
That's
dude.
why we're here.
Well, I got a tattoo.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I got tattooed on Saturday.
Where, on the lower back? Let
No,
me see.
right
Where
here
you
on my
going?
arm, bottom of my arm, baby.
Damn, that's sick.
I don't know if you can see it. I think the people can see it. Black
The
flag,
people can see
baby.
it. I can't.
I know. That's
I
right.
can't.
Can you
I
see
can't
my
it.
camera?
Oh, fucking hell, that's dope.
Hell yeah, dude. That's right. I did it. I fucking committed to something in my life.
How many tattoos? You only have one tattoo?
That's it. That's the only one. Now I think I'm like slightly addicted though, because
You went right for the black flag tattoo? That's hilarious.
yeah, because it's I was thinking, what's something that's been tried and true throughout my life, and kind of when I mentioned it to my mom, she was like, "Oh yeah," she's like, "You wanted that as far back as I can remember," and I was like, "Yeah, there's something that like that meant a lot to me. More than just a band. Now it's kind of become this like symbol of rebellion, and I can get real like poetic about it. I guess we should. We have time. Yeah, I think that it's just I don't know. It's just like a symbol to me of like sort of the counterculture and non. Like just not a regular way of thinking, and kind of the DIY ethic, and they're from California, and it's a bunch of stuff wrapped up, punk rock, and if you want to get real cheesy, the opposite of a black flag is a white flag, meaning surrender, and never surrender, and all of that. So I was pretty stoked, and yeah, so I went. A friend of mine's sister did it. At Lady Hawk, HAUK on Instagram. If you guys need tattoos, go check that out. And it was dope because I was kind of nervous. Because not because I was like, I guess I was scared of what it would feel like. But it's such a foreign concept in your head of like, what's that gonna feel like? Because the machine and stuff. And she said it the best before I got it done. She's like, it feels like what I'm doing. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Like. That's exactly what it feels like. But it was nice, dude. It was cool. Like, they're open.
It doesn't hurt. Yeah, I mean, depending on where you get it, it doesn't really hurt. It's more like annoying than painful.
And it's really interesting, man. It almost like I was thinking about you a little bit because I definitely did a little bit of like meditation, while I was having it done, and kind of just trying to conceptualize the idea of pain, like thinking about like, what is this? Like, what is this feeling? So at a certain point, it didn't really hurt. I was just thinking, I was sort of like tearing apart the idea of what that feeling was in my head. But it was nice. So they're opening their own shop in Echo Park, and so I got to go there, and it was dope. It was kind of like therapy, man. I mean, I guess having somebody scratch a design into your skin really helps you open up to them. We just had a good talk, so I'm glad it was somebody that I'm friendly with, because it was
yeah, I only get tattoos from people that I know and love and are friends with. Luckily, I mean, a lot of my friends are tattoo artists and have shops and work in shops and are professionals. Yeah, so that's nice. But yeah, I wouldn't want to have a tattoo from a random person on my body. I wouldn't be down with that.
Oh, dude, my cat is he just puked right in front of me right now, dude.
I heard it. I could hear it. It was like.
Hey. No, not there.
I mean, what do you mean no?
No.
What do you mean no?
He threw up on my drum kit, on my hi-hat pedal, man. Not no. I was trying to move the pedal before he did it. Like,
yeah. My cat was looking like like she was gonna puke the other day, and I was like, she was on our bed, and I was looking around like, fuck, man, what can I throw in front of her? I had my Thrasher hat ready to throw there, and I was like, I don't want to throw my fucking hat there, but you obviously you can wash it, but she didn't puke anyway, but
it's fine.
My cat's better than your cat, because my cat didn't puke and your cat did puke, so.
Oh, cool.
Your cat's a fucking soft puss.
Well, he just eats too fast and then he just throws up. Somebody was telling me, and this is a good time to ask, but I think Eddie Haley. I don't know if he goes. I think it's Eddie Haley, not Ed Haley. Anyway, he's gonna yell at me about this later. Was saying that you can wet the dry food and that it helps them not throw up because he like eats so fast that he just pukes.
I think, but the interesting thing is, I think my cat throws up from wet food. Too much gravy in the wet food, or like who
hey,
knows?
there's no such thing as too much gravy. Bada bing. But yeah, so part of me like wants to go. I think I'm just trying to figure out exactly what I want and where I want it. But I think I'm gonna go get another one soon. Another tattoo.
I'll gladly give you a stick and poke. I have a little stick and poke set up.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
I'll gladly give you a stick. I'm good at it. I'll show you.
Oh,
I
bet.
You
yeah,
photos.
You're an artist. Yeah, I trust your hands. I don't think. But yeah, so I want to go get. I want to go get this Dodger hat thing that I've wanted for a while. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of fun, man. It feels like I like it. And
we should get Kill Tony tattoos. Me and you. We should get matching Kill Tony.
How
tattoos.
dare you, dude? How dare you? You should get one. Get one across your chest, dude. I always said they always try to get me to get one, and I was like, I'm never tattooing the name Tony on me.
Actually, yeah, forget Kill Tony. I'm gonna get Tony Hinchcliffe.
There you go. Get it
tattooed.
Hey, why stop there? Get a portrait on your back, dude.
That's a good idea, actually.
And instead of that, get the whole cast. Get everybody. That
would be kind of sick. But which regulars should I get?
All of them. Get a montage, like past and present, and even throw in the Patriot.
Oh, the Iron Patriot?
Yeah.
What about
but get his real
Vanessa
face.
Johnston? What about Vanessa Johnston? She was only a regular for like a small amount of time. Should I get her on there as well?
Everybody. Yeah, Melissa Esslinger, everybody. Get them. They're all I bet Ryan J's I think he's painted everyone, so there's probably some good cartoons out there to get.
I could get Ryan J to design my back tattoo with the whole cast of Kill Tony, and then the giant logo across my shoulders.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I could have the main room. I could have the neon from the main room, like up the sides of my back.
Just get the Comedy Store, the whole Comedy Store.
I'll get the main room stage,
yeah.
And then everyone from this is a great idea. I like this tattoo idea.
I think it's awful, to be honest.
We should. I'm sure there's going to be, like, drop it in the comments if you're a tattoo artist and you're willing to tattoo the whole Kill Tony cast on my back. For free, or for free would be the best. But for a smaller, that'd be expensive, man.
Oh yeah, it'd be a couple grand at least starting.
What'd you pay for yours? You want to shout it out or no?
Let's say it was less than I thought it would be. But I also believe in tipping well and paying well for the art that's gonna be on you forever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it matters, but whatever.
No, I mean, I'm just saying. I'll give you a good stick and poke for like $200. That'll be cheap.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a slice of pizza.
In the spirit of I was gonna say, in the spirit of stick and poke, I only charge food.
Hell yeah, I love that.
Couple tacos, but no, I'm ready. I'm ready for you, Joel.
Yeah, it's cool. I kind of want to just go keep getting them because it just like I've always wanted them, man, and I just couldn't break that seal. And now that I like broke the seal and I know what it feels like I don't know. We'll see what the future holds. Okay, I won't say who, but there's a cool story too behind this tattoo. I have another friend that's got one, and I texted him the day I decided to kind of do it. I was like, "Hey, thinking about getting a black flag tattoo," and he goes, "Check your Venmo," and he sent me money, and I was like, "Oh, damn, this is cool." So
that's cool.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. He sent me, so it was pretty dope. So there's a cool friendship story behind that.
Check your Venmo, Joel. I just Venmo'd you. What's your Venmo?
It's
at Mostly Sorry.
No, it's Joel-Jimenez, I believe. God, I should
Yeah,
know this right now so people can send me money.
check your Venmo. I just Venmoed you $6,000.
Oh, cool. Then I'm gonna use that money to pay you for your back tattoo.
Oh, perfect. There you go.
Um,
Good job.
but before this show, we were talking about this NBA player who just recently got in trouble for some.
Yeah. Say what he did, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna look his name up.
Yeah, so I saw this on Reddit, and I thought it was just like one of those, like, there are those gamer dudes that back in the day there was that, I think that PewDiePie guy said like the N-word or something. So you see these videos of dudes streaming, and I thought it was one of those guys. So when you said NBA player, I was like, oh, this guy's fucked, right? Like
Yeah, his name's Myers Leonard of the Miami Heat.
Oh man. So he dropped a anti-Semitic racial slur, and almost, David, you're you're a
Yeah,
you're
he
of the
said
tribe.
kike.
Oh,
He
I
said
didn't
kike.
want you to say it. I was just, I just was like, because we were talking about how that's like, it's sorry, it caught me off guard. Holy shit.
Kike. He said kike. He
Dude,
said kike. Yeah.
I watched the. don't double down.
No, but listen, Joel. I just want to say this, and I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that I'm right. In terms of anti-Semitic words, right?
Yeah.
You're allowed to say them in context of what they are.
Yeah.
You don't have to feel bad. You don't have to.
No,
feel
I don't
bad.
feel
It's-
bad. I mean,
because he said that word, and it's okay to say it in there. It's not the N-word, like you can't say that word even if you're referring to it as a word that's in a book.
yeah, if you
you
go,
know.
in Pulp Fiction, Samuel L. Jackson says, or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And which my wife, who's from New Zealand, always found strange.
Yeah.
Because she's not American, and I was always like, yeah, but it's got a history, and it's just such a fucking
we found that
heavy
out.
word.
In Australia when we were there, this comic who opened up the show, he asked the crowd what their favorite racial slur was, and somebody yelled out the N-word, and I was like, oh, this is what happens when you have no black people around. Like they just, dude, it was.
Germany was the same, and the funny thing is, in Germany, there's slang words for Turkish people because in Berlin, especially, there's tons of Turkish people, and you weren't allowed to say those words. Those words were like, "Yo, don't fucking say that."
Yeah.
But you could say the N-word. It was weird. It was. You couldn't say it. It was like, amongst young like hip hop kids, they wouldn't freak out if you said the N-word because there wasn't as many black people around.
Yeah, there's also, I guess you're missing a lot of context, right? Like, well, it's weird too because here, it's bad. I was gonna say they don't really get into how bad. I guess the school system.
They don't grow up with it. Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
grow up with it, and it's far away. It's one of those things where when it's not you experiencing it firsthand, just like the Holocaust, that's why people make Jewish jokes, and that's why
Yeah.
people are very quick to be like, "Oh, throw him in the oven, haha, he's Jewish."
Yeah, or like,
Don't get him near the showers.
didn't
But
you
in
say
Germany,
that they
you're
used to
never
throw?
going to hear
They
that.
used to throw pennies at you and stuff.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
God, you think they would have given you something bigger than a fucking penny? Jesus.
No, but that's the joke. You're a penny pincher. You're
See, I don't get. I
you're
didn't even-
stingy with money. That's the stereotype that Jewish people are. That's why dude, honestly, like, I don't want to blow people up, but even people in comedy have like called me a Jew when I asked them to like pay me $50 to shoot photos or something like that.
Yeah.
Or if they say they're gonna pay me something and then I ask them for it, they're like, "Whoa, you are a Jew," or like,
Yeah, they
like,
think it's cool because it's like not. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
But anyway, that's the stereotype that Jewish people are stingy with money.
Yeah.
But yeah, the basketball player, he said the word kike, which is interesting because that is like a very unique word. That's like, he didn't say Jew boy or you fucking Jew or you Hebrew or whatever, like he said he went the next level.
Do we know,
like you said, racism 2.0.
Yeah, do we know what is that? Do you know where the word comes from or like what it means exactly?
I mean, I'm sure it's from a different language.
Like Nazi shit, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably. Hold on, I'll look it up. You talk about.
Yeah, but so I watched the video and it was just crazy because you can tell he immediately knows what he did. Like he sort of like he does this giggle of like, oh fuck, And man, it's just you know, everyone's streaming now, and you know, it makes me think that that's obviously probably it's not the first time he's said it. It just happened to have the cameras on this time, which is fucking, I don't know, man.
There was a pause too. I thought that was interesting, where the guy he's playing against, like if it was me, I probably would have just been like, "Whoa, what?"
Yeah, what the fuck did you just say? Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I would shut it down because I'm not that concerned about it, but I would definitely acknowledge it. I'd be like, "Oh, I don't know about that, dude." Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's a bit much, man. You know, like,
Yeah, I mean, it'd be like somebody calling me a wetback. Maybe worse than that, you know. But
I think it's the same.
yeah, but like that, yeah, there's you know, what is it with I mean, racial slurs, they really pick those letters that hit, huh? Like T and K, like wet back. Like it fucking really hits, dude. And then, you know, the G's and, you know, K's, there are certain letters that just fucking hurt, that you can, when you lean into them, they really hurt, man. It's fucking, it's kind of crazy. You know, maybe they hurt because of the context. Now we know, but or maybe they, you know, that's what I was asking. Anyway,
What about that? Now, speaking of racial slurs, I don't want to, you know, what about that word, the back word? Like is that the type of thing that I could say in a conversation, like asking you about that word, or would people be like, "Oh, don't say that"?
I mean, you could ask me, like, if we were talking. It's you know, obviously it depends on the context. If you were like, to me, if you were like, "Get out of my store, you wetback," I'd be like, "Damn."
No, I'm asking you, like, can I say it? Like, I'll just do it. Like, can I say the word wetback when asking you about the word wetback?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because it's
Okay, like that's,
you know, but
okay.
I'm also not the authority on like how people feel about that. You know, I'm not.
No, I mean, I'm just saying in general, like, what's your general vibe?
Yeah,
if
I think to me,
someone just says the word, like,
yeah, I hear you. You know, if I hear you saying it, I think context is everything. But yeah, it's not like there, you know, which really hammers home and proves the sort of the power of the N-word. It's like you could never. I don't know. It's just different.
I mean, you should be able to. I agree that with some, you know, when I first heard that from my wife, we kind of would argue about it a little bit. But then when I really listened to her and thought about it more and more and more, it's like you should be able to say it in context. It's stupid to not be able to say it in context.
I mean, I've heard
it's really stupid.
I've heard people say it, like, you know, professors and stuff like that, and certain comedians have figured out ways to get it off, but it's you know,
obviously
that's the thing though. It's like your average run of the mill sort of like idiot just can't. I don't even think they have like the mental capacity to even understand like the nuance of what they're doing. They just kind of throw it around.
No, but obviously, you know, context is everything. But even just when you're on the news, if somebody white would have said the N-word on a video game, on the news, they wouldn't say the word. They would say, "Oh, a superstar basketball player,
yeah,
white guy," or Eminem said the N-word playing a video game.
I think that's just like a respect thing. I think it's like there's too much history involved, and you can't. I just think you can't say it. And I found that, and it's not a hill that I think. I don't trust anybody who wants to die on that hill to like. You know, that's where they want to plant their flag. Like, why can't I say? It's like, okay, just move on.
I'm not fighting.
No,
for
I know
it.
you're not. I'm saying it.
Yeah.
In
no,
general.
I'm just saying like I'm not fighting for it, but it's like, you know, it's just interesting that it is a word, and although it's like a powerful word, based on like, you know, probably some of the stronger, you know, oppression that Americans have put onto people. On the other hand, it is just a word, and if you use it in a certain context, it shouldn't do shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, you know, like I said, I've seen like professors and stuff, you know, say it or, you know, things like that. But yeah,
Professor Griff. Anyway,
yeah, Professor Griff,
I found the origin of the word kike.
Okay.
If you want to hear
it. Yeah,
it.
hit me.
The word kike was born on Ellis Island when there were Jewish migrants who were also illiterate or could not use a Latin alphabet letters. When they were asked to sign the entry forms with a customary X, the Jewish immigrants would refuse because they associated an X with the cross of Christianity. So instead of an X, they would draw a circle as the signature on their entry forms. The Yiddish word for circle is kaikel,
Oh, wow.
and for little circle, kaikala. Before long, the immigration inspectors were calling anyone who signed with an O instead of an X a kaikel or a kaikala or kaiki, or finally, a kike.
Dang.
So in a weird way, it's not. But I mean, obviously, they probably like meant it as a negative.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes another kike that can't
Of
fucking
course.
speak English or
yeah,
whatever.
for sure.
But it seems like it's like anything else. It doesn't seem like it. It could also. It seemed like it could just be a way of like. But I mean, that's what racial slurs are, I guess. A way of stereotyping people. A way of not stereotyping people, but a way of grouping people together. Because I could say you're Mexican, and that's just grouping you into a group of people who were like, born of Mexican descent. That's not negative. But I guess when I say, I don't want to say. I would like to say.
I would say wetback. Yeah.
No, I would like to say other ones, but there's lots of cool slurs for Mexican people that I don't even think are bad.
Beaner?
I don't think that's bad. Is that bad?
I think it. Yeah. I mean,
Just sounds so cool, man.
It's not, dude. Not when somebody's like, not when.
No, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's how fucking white people feel about the N-word too. They're like, oh, it sounds so cool in that song. Why can't I say it? But
that's not the N-word. I'm sorry. That's
no,
not
of
the
course
N-word.
not. No, I know. I was referring to how you're like, it sounds so cool, but I don't think beaner sounds cool. I think it sounds like really like almost like down talking to somebody, like you're nothing more than like the thing you eat.
You know what the slang for German people is? The negative slang that Turkish people call German people?
Kraut?
That's close. That's not that negative.
Oh my God.
That's
I'm going to have a panic attack about this episode when we're done, by the way.
That's what most people, that's just what I think they even call themselves, krauts. I think that's like I don't think that's a negative term, but they call them Kartoffel, which means potato. So it's similar. It's similar.
Where did that come
It's similar.
from? Because
It comes from you just fucking eat potatoes. You're just a fucking potato.
Wow.
But it could also mean that they have the personality of potatoes because they do.
Whoa.
I have no problem dissing German people.
Dude,
It's
I've
fun,
met
you
some
know?
non-German people who have the personality of potatoes, dude. They're just
Yeah, I mean,
starchy.
yeah, they're white. That's gonna be it. I think it's like potatoes. They're white. They're really basic. They're dry. They're not expensive. They're just piss poor. just basic. But German people,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, nothing. I thought you were talking about German. I was saying, is that a thing where like Germans are poor? I didn't know that.
Not poor, but like the poor ones obviously are. But it's on a whole no. But that's not necessarily why you'd call. It's like calling an Irish person a potato. It's more like just from their roots. There's a lot of like roots in potato in Germany. Just like there's a lot of roots in beans in Mexican culture.
Yeah.
So that's why, for me, I guess I'm such a fan of the food. I'm not even joking.
No,
I'm not even joking.
I was just thinking I was going to go, speaking of roots, and then we have, I don't know, whatever.
I got you.
This episode is, I'm already nervous about I'm just, it's like, a lot of these conversations are so over my head where like I know what I want to say, but I'm sort of afraid, not afraid, but when I talk about them, I'm like, I don't want anything that I say to be misconstrued ever,
I wish we could have experts on, I wish we could have people that really know about this shit on, like, as your guest to talk to you,
Yeah.
I don't feel, but it's just like personal. I know that we're good people, so I don't feel like you have to hold back when you're a good person. We're not going to say anything.
No, I know. I'm, you know
Wrong.
me. I'm a psychopath. I overthink in every single thing I do. I overthink. But whatever. But yeah, so this guy, do we know what has happened to this NBA player?
Let me see, actually, because it's pretty recent. I did see that Julian Edelman, the Patriots football player, do you know him?
No, but I'm guessing he is a member of the tribe because of his name.
Yeah, he's a member of the tribe, and I feel like he's had an experience already. I'm not sure if it was him, but I'm pretty sure it was him. He's already had experience with professional athletes or somebody. He took them to Israel. He took them on the tour of like the over in Germany and Poland to the the concentration camps and stuff like that. And he reached out like via Instagram and just said, "Hey man, I'd like to get together with you and introduce you to my family and friends, and I think you'll have a good time." And he's like, "I'm not even judging you.
Yeah.
I just want to make it right, and I think that's the way to approach it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's probably not racist. He's probably just ignorant as shit.
Well,
Probably
you know
never
what's
even
crazy though? Just because of the specificity of that word, like, dude, like why is that? I wonder. I go, why is that in that dude's vocabulary? Because if you get caught saying it, that means it's the whatever time that you have said it. Like, he didn't just like that day, accidentally let that one slip out. I assume I would almost guarantee he's said it before, and and possibly has some sort of history of like where that was okay somewhere, whether it was in college or whatever the fuck, or growing up wherever the hell he's from.
You fucking Rothschild devil,
Dude.
bank owning Jew. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he just kind of went. Yeah, he went next level ham. Yeah, I mean, dude, there's a lot of that I think in any culture. There's a lot of hate for other people, and there is in the African American community, there is quite a bit of anti-Semitic conspiracy theories and a lot of heavy pro-black anti-Jew stuff.
I think just in the world, man, it's like one of those
100%.
everybody. I mean, how many people have you heard like with the crazy conspiracy theory that of that, or it really just sort of makes you think about like just man, I don't know how we get everybody to sort of realize, like, you would think once you realize, like, if we like that we all can die, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's over my head.
Yeah.
Banking is over my head, and if Jewish people did control the banks and run banks just because that's the way it worked out, like just the way maybe certain people run other businesses.
Yeah.
If that's the way it worked out, then that's not on all Jewish people. You know what I mean?
I
That's just the
heard
people who run the banks.
I had a boss once she was Jewish, and she was telling me like why that ended up happening. It was that if you were what's it called if you were like involved, like what is Gentile? Gentile means
someone who's not Jewish.
That's right. So, or like, I guess Catholics or Christians, they weren't allowed to work in businesses that dealt with money. And so
But why not? Because of their religion?
I guess so, yeah. Something about that. So by default, Jewish people ended up starting businesses that had to do with those sort of things. And I think that's what she was saying, was that like that's why. I honestly haven't really looked into it, so now I'm like terrified about saying that.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. The reality of like most conspiracy theories and most things in general is because people don't really know history that well.
Yeah.
They don't know the ideas of just history is so rich and deep, and and it's full of atrocities. Obviously, I'm not going to defend banking. Mm-hmm. Banking is horrible, but so is governments, and governments aren't run by Jewish people. I mean, look at the British Empire, look at Nazi Germany, look at Russia, look at China. It's like nothing is good in power.
Man, why are people so bad?
Because it makes sense, It makes sense because naturally, if you could just break it all down to tribalism, it's like watching Survivor. The guy who catches the fish is never going to get voted off the island, And then when you think about in terms of like getting benefits in real life, like sex, or mainly it comes back to sex a lot of times.
Money, yeah, I guess even money would.
Well, money comes back to sex. A lot of it comes down to comfort.
Yeah.
Food, clothing, and then you get society gives you like fame, gives you sex. People who have the money get the sex.
Yeah, it's a total like us like it just becomes like me, me, like fuck the group, I need this sort of like survival thing.
It's just it does it's a hedonistic, nihilistic mindset versus it's selflessness versus selfishness.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah.
You know, do you work for the tribe, or are you just the leader of the tribe because the tribe gives you rewards and makes you feel, they lift you up on a throne and make you feel, that makes you feel good,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I mean, do you think that we'll ever get out of that?
I think we are getting out of it in a way. Like, I think it's getting closer and closer, but I think there's always going to be somebody that's going to grab onto it, you know? It's always going to be there. The opportunity to take advantage is always going to be there, because the more you get, the more selfish selfless a society gets, it opens the door for selfishness, you know? It's like the more you offer something, like that's why Republicans are always like, if you offer too much welfare, people won't work. And it's like, well, no, that's the selfish mindset. That's your mindset as a Republican. Our mindset as like left-wing people is like, no, we all we want to do is work. But if you don't have the opportunity to work, why not give that person, you know, if you don't have the opportunity, give that person an opportunity to stay on their feet till they can work. Right? And even if they're not working for money, they're going to work for a better society. It's always going to balance out. But, you know, who knows? What do I know?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm, you know, it might take hundreds of years, but yeah, who fucking knows? I've always had that thought. I'm like, is sort of that gene inherent in humans? Like, it's hardwired in our reptile brain from being, you know, in the wild or whatever, like just to fucking survive. And then, you know, I don't know. It sucks, man.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
don't
Keep
know.
going. Keep going.
Well, I just
keep going.
I just wish that, of course, but my wish isn't gonna fucking solve anything. I wish that, dude. So here's something. So it's like, I've already, I mean, halfway, you know, I am more and more becoming disillusioned with the social media thing, and this will connect because it's like, I am more interested in compassion, in helping other people, those sort of things, where more and more sort of like the entertainment aspect of things means less and less to me. I know that entertainment does matter and it does change lives, like if it's something that's deep, but I've just been thinking about this a lot lately, mostly about just the word compassion, right? So it's like, but even me, I find that I have those tendencies at times too. Everybody has those things where you're like, you almost like, you want to put yourself first and survive the thing. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, man. I don't know.
God, keep going, man. Stick
Well,
with it.
no, I can't even like, I can't figure out what I'm trying to say is my cat's even like, you idiot, shut up. No, I guess
Your cat's saying keep going, man.
Yeah.
Finish your thought.
well, I'm just thinking, okay, so I watched this thing last night. I was telling you about it. The In and of Itself. It's like this magician did a show on like off Broadway in a small theater, and basically the gist of it, it's hard to explain exactly the show, but the gist of it is basically like what we label ourselves as, but then what we really are, right? Like the show starts with all these things on a wall. They're in alphabetical order. They say I am, and then underneath it, it'll say like a writer, an idiot, a alchemist, whatever, a teacher, a mother, a father, blah blah blah. So so often in our lives, right, with Instagram, with all those things, we are almost defined by like how people view us. But even if you are say you pick, I am an Instagram celebrity, like you're still somebody's daughter, or you are somebody's son, or you are somebody's parent, or a caregiver or something. So I've been more and more interested in being less concerned with what I am viewed as, and more trying to get to the root of what I truly am. And I guess what I truly am is like, yeah, I'm somebody's son. I'm like a member of a family. I want to be compassionate. I want to be a friend. So I guess we're just talking about human nature and sort of like, but I'm still, because of my reptile brain and stuff like that, I do sometimes find myself with those weak emotions, be it jealousy or anger or whatever, when I complain. But, you know, the more time goes on, the more I'm realizing that the only truth is compassion and those sort of things, and caring for the group. And I guess I don't even know how I got here, but I guess we were speaking about like sort of selfish behavior and sort of like almost I would say that like racist people are operating based on fear, and I want to operate from a loving place. And the more that I realize who I am beyond what I look like or externally what I put out there. Like, of course, like if I put out a skate video, I want to look cool. I want the trick to look dope. I want to whatever the way I dress is to be seen a certain way. But I just want to. I would like to get to the place where I am operating more from a place of like. I would rather people remember me for how I treated them than for how I looked or. Even I don't know. Even some creative pursuits to me now seem sort of trivial. I don't know. I'm sort of breaking apart human nature, and I got inspired by the talk of like why people are racist, why people hate, why people hold other people down, and then thinking, well, how do we fix that? Well, I think as always we've come back to the fact that change comes from within, and so at the moment I am concerned and interested in my own and change coming from within myself, and trying to I don't know, trying not
I think you're right.
Yeah, not to be defined by like external shit, man. I'll go on Instagram and I mean, God bless them. Like, everyone's at a different point in their life, and I've been there too, and I will be there again. And I share videos and I do sketches and stuff like that. But when you're scrolling through the Explore page, I mean, I would say 80% of the stuff is almost a mirror image with a little bit of a tweak of something else that I've seen earlier that week or that same day, and that's okay. But I'm starting to see those patterns more and more, and go like, dang, like I want to strive for something else, something more than that, and I'm almost like starting to. I mean, maybe I haven't always. I never got people who didn't fuck with social media. I was like, what? You don't have one? Like, it's fun. But now I'm like, damn, like I'm almost like I'm like am like looking for people who don't have one now. Like I want to talk to those people. Like I want to know what that experience is like too. And it's like
I mean, most of the people I know that don't have it already had their lives going on before.
Yeah.
And then most of those people even got something along the lines to promote what they're doing, like my friend who's comic book artist, but he already had comic book selling and stuff. He already had like a full career even before before the internet was popping off. So people like that. But yeah, most people I know have it. It's just all about that. It's all about that long-term, you know what I mean? That long-term reality, like, what you want to do, what projects you want to do, and what I'm off Instagram right now.
I have this
Twitter.
I have
I
this
just can't
vision,
stand
dude.
it.
I have this vision of like waking up in a sunlit room and looking outside and just like breathing deep and feeling comfortable and happy where I am. And I don't know where that is. I don't know when I'll end up there. I think I do it every now and then, but there is this sort of like end goal in my mind that is where I want to get to, and less and less does. I'll say this. I love creativity. I love putting out. I fucking hate the word content, but I love putting out. Let's just, for lack of a better word, I know I'm gonna find a better word eventually. I like putting stuff out because I like getting a reaction from the art that I create. But I have I am more and more disillusioned with the idea of fame. But I'm also, so this is the yin and yang. Like I'm disillusioned and I don't really love everything that comes with it. But I would be lying if I said that I didn't, somewhere deep down inside, like I didn't get off on some sort of like notoriety or people knowing me for the stuff I do and stuff like that. So it's such a crazy balance, man, to get respect for the art you make, or have people just enjoy the art you make, but not.
But it really just comes down to making great art, and that's on you.
Yeah, yeah, and that comes back to
That's it.
the inner struggle of where do you what are you, who are you, deep inside, not right, because the worst art, you can tell when somebody wants to be perceived a certain way, like, oh, this guy made this thing because he wants to look cool, or this guy did this thing because he wants to look this way. It's like the sort of death of the ego, I guess, is a big part of that step towards happiness.
And artists really just jump right into it as well. They embrace it, where it's like they're like, you got to put out a video a week or 2 videos a week, or you have to constantly be pumping it out. That's what people want. And I'm like, yeah, but now you're like, you really think you can put out 52 decent clips a year?
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, no one can do that. No one can. The best sketch writers on the planet can't make 52 decent sketches a year. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
So now you just want to be like another person who's just pissing in the pool, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, no, that's part of it. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of that going on, man. There's a lot of just people pissing in the pool, and it's like I almost want to get out of that pool and just be like, I'm gonna be over here, sort of like, you guys keep pissing in the pool, like, I'll be over here. I wanna pee on this wall or whatever. If you guys want to come look at what I did, and whenever you get around to it, then that's cool. But I don't know, man.
I'm thinking ahead. For me, it's about quality. Like, I just want to make a couple decent projects before I die. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to make one amazing film.
And okay,
that'd
so
be great.
Then let me ask you this: is like, okay, if you really stop and really sort of analyze, why do you want to do those projects before you die? Like, what is it? What does that mean to you to get those things out?
Because great art has inspired me. Like, real art inspires me. It's still to this day. Like,
well, I'm saying, okay, so you were inspired by great art to make that, but is your ultimate purpose
not just to make that. I mean, John Coltrane's music keeps me alive. It keeps me breathing.
Yeah.
It's food
fair.
for my soul.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, like, there's not a comedian out there, not one single comedian that touches me like John Coltrane touches me.
Yeah.
Or Kurt Vonnegut's book, The Breakfast of Champions, or the film Blade Runner. Like, that's why I don't really like, I mean, comedy to me has always been a stepping stone, just like a podcast. It's a stepping stone. It'll keep you sharp. It'll get you to where you want to go. But there's art out there that needs to be made. And go watch The Holy Mountain. Go watch Udorovsky's The Holy Mountain. Go for it.
Not to cut you off. For you did say for you. I not that I disagree, but I've always somewhat, not you, but I have met other people who these people who they're doing comedy to become actors, or so I think that stepping stone thing can sometimes be a slippery slope. I know that's not how you meant it. But I've met those people who are like, oh, I'm just doing comedy because I want to be. I think that there is.
I just think comedians are full of shit. Like, they don't do it for me, and the best ones go on to do other things. Dave Chappelle's the best thing Dave Chappelle ever did. Dave Chappelle's Block Party. Fuck with me, dude.
It was great. I loved it. Doubt, I saw it in the
there's
theater.
no doubt. It's not only was it great, it saved people's like, it changed lives. Every single person in that audience was a poor person from the hood.
Yeah.
Like, he brought a concept to the world that would change the world. Mm-hmm. And he said, hey, if every artist did something like this, here, I'll do my version of it. Why isn't anyone else following suit? Why isn't there Kanye West? I mean, the Roots do the Roots picnic, but it's just, there's a higher level, and a lot of people won't go there. They're just content to just.
I would argue that Carlin got there a little bit. Was saying some. It was almost like, I think that if we're thinking of, I think maybe you're referring to comedy like as we know it now in the internet age, but I think there is room for revolutionary speak and thought.
Okay, one out of a million.
Yeah, I know. I'm not.
And people will say Patrice O'Neal. Okay, Patrice O'Neal, maybe. I mean, he was an amazing comic. I'm not gonna put it past him, but I don't think he's on the level of like David Lynch.
But also say somebody
something.
Wants to kill themselves and they go to a Patrice show and they laugh and they find joy in life and they go, you know what, I'm not gonna do it tonight. Like, I think that there is change also that maybe we can't see all the time.
I'm not taking anything away from comedians.
I
man.
know you're
love
not.
comedy, you
This
know?
is just your opinion, and I know you too well to know like what you're saying. Like I know you're not denigrating any sort of art form. I get your side of it. I'm more talking about people that say similar things that maybe don't have the sort of the love for art that you do. I think that there's sort of like a, I don't know. I think that it goes back to what you said about like the strive for to create great art is it's more about the journey, right? Than the finale. And I think a lot of times people sometimes people in modern art and comedy and movies and stuff like that are concerned with the finale because it'll look good on Instagram.
Yeah.
And
No, I think it's interesting because, you know, like, especially for comedy, like, people are like comedians are the truth tellers, you know, because of Bill Hicks and Carlin.
Yeah.
But for the most part, comedy is a shallow game in the art world. You know what I mean? Like,
but it breeds joy.
No, obviously it breeds joy. I mean, like I said, I'm not taking anything away from it. You know what I mean? I'm not taking anything away from it.
Yeah.
And it's art. Like there's people out there who think art is bullshit. You know?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
They think you should be feeding people. You know, like a painting can't feed somebody. It can only inspire people. You know, it can only inspire change. It can only help people see a different side of life or whatever. Whereas science and, you know, science and math and you know, actual
physics and shit like that. Yeah, like,
you know, physics and government. You know, like, you know, feeding the direct action.
Yeah, community organizing. You know,
community organizing, and, you know, just teaching, socialism.
Yeah,
stuff
teaching,
like that.
all that.
Teaching. Yeah, stuff like that. So I understand. You know, I get it. It's just like art changed my life. Like, it really changed my life.
Yeah,
I was
me
really
too,
on
man.
a course to be a very fucking generic high school dropout with a factory job and probably.
Wait, have we talked to you? Wait, I'm sure you said you dropped out of high school.
Yeah, I dropped out of high school.
Oh my God, why did I? Maybe you've said it before, and I just kind of but yeah, wow, what a trip. I guess I never really like registered. Yeah, me too, man. That's crazy. And then, yeah, I guess I was on the same sort of shit. You know, fucking.
Yeah, I mean, you're just right. You're just gonna do what, you know, like a lot of my friends were just like already ahead of me, dropped out of high school and working in like factories and like making decent money.
Yeah, get some chick pregnant, drink a fucking 30 pack till you knock out and do it all over again.
Put cocaine in your joints, you know, and become like a real fucking shitty person.
Dude, I know
get a
those
DUI or two.
Yep, dude. I used to get like sort of like fucked with by this guy in the neighborhood, and one day I saw him. I didn't get my license till I was 30, and he drove by me at the bus stop, and I was like, I felt like such a loser until I saw that in the backseat of his car he had a baby seat. Not that there's anything wrong with kids, but at that age I was like, oh, like I win. I remember having that like thought, like, oh, I'm on the bus going to do whatever the fuck I want, and you're tied to this thing now that maybe, you know, I'm just assuming at that age it wasn't a choice to have this kid or whatever, you know, like, you know, who knows?
No, I mean, we know, we're onto it right now, and it's like these people become, you know, these victims of their own minds. Like, life's out to get them. They haven't had it fair. They're the people who, like, you know, in my world, you know, the white people who say, oh, black people have it better than white people. What about, there's no white privilege. Look at me.
Yeah.
You know,
Jesus.
I haven't had shit. No one gave me shit. And it's like, you're just a victim of your own
mentality.
You're a victim of your own mentality. And you could say that about everyone in a weird way, but like, you know, honestly, I was on that path, man. I really was. I was really on that path to being a real suburban piece of shit. Probably end up voting for Trump and all that, you know, just that whole nine.
I was on a path to be like an apathetic sort of like like there's no future, like just live until you're dead sort of like thing, where I had no real spark of like, now I feel like that like just artistically, like those sort of things gave me life, as far as like just a bit of just joy in my heart, you know, where before I was like, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing at 30. Like, I don't know what I'm doing today. Let's go get like fucked up or whatever. It was just no.
It just gives you something besides sports, you know, like where I grew up, it was all about sports, and I wasn't good at sports. And so when I found skateboarding and music and hip hop especially, I was like, oh, this isn't anything I've experienced before.
You know what's interesting too now, and let me know if you feel this way. Now that we are almost like we like sports, we almost appreciate sports in a more artistic way. Not that we're better, but we're not just like go team go. We're like into like the beauty of like plays and like shit like that. Like I feel like when I got into sports, it was like I felt like I just sort of appreciated it on another level.
Yeah, because like everything else when you're a kid, they don't teach you about the reality. They don't teach you the deep parts. They just say, oh, here's basketball. Like, just stick it in that hole. And they don't really – they teach you maybe a pick and roll. But like if I had the mentality I had now when I was a kid, I would have been the best basketball player in the fucking world because I would have understood what practice was and I would have understood the game and I would have understood my strengths, my weaknesses, their strengths, their weaknesses, my role, their role. You don't learn that shit when you're a kid. I mean, my dad didn't teach me that shit about baseball or nothing. You don't learn anything about anything when you're a kid, and then you're 40 and you're like, once you start to understand the strategies of the games, it's like obviously I'm decent at tennis because I know how to beat the person that I'm playing at that moment. I know their weaknesses. I'm like, okay, this guy can't run. He's a little bit fat. I'm going to hit it left and right, left and right, and left and right. He's going to get tired.
Yeah.
10 minutes in, he's going to get tired, and I'm going to play fast, and I'm in better shape than this guy. I'm just going to beat him by running him around. I just run him ragged. Mm-hmm. Good strategy.
Yeah, for sure.
And when you're a little kid, I could have done that in basketball because I had energy. I was a small kid. Yeah. I had a ton of energy.
I never thought about that in like fights with like bigger dudes or like whatever, like if you just
rope-a-dope.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now I think about it, you're like, dude, I will fucking just run circles around the person till they're tired and then whatever, I'm not
strategy will
I would have
beat
still
skill
got him
all
beat
day.
up, I did yeah.
Strategy will beat skill all day in fights. I mean, obviously if they catch you with a punch, you're fucked, but
that's when you bite them. I'm just kidding.
But strategy will beat skill any day of the week. I mean, that's why Tom Brady is so dominant. He really has the mindset.
Yeah, that's like almost like borderline. Yeah, that's some other shit.
It really is some other shit, and I guarantee you, there's not a moment of that guy's life where he's not thinking about football. I guarantee you.
It's probably hard too. It's probably like mentally draining.
Yeah. I'm sure it is.
What do they say? What's that Bukowski quote or somebody's quote? Find what you love and let it kill you.
Exactly.
I'm trying. You know what I thought of the other day? Somebody's like, I was like, I don't want to die for my art. I want to live because of my art. I don't like that fatalist sort of like, bleeding and suffering for my shit. I want to like almost like find joy in life through my creative pursuits. But we're almost.
I've never had that. Yeah, we're almost done.
Yeah, it's all good. No. I got a couple things real quick just to touch on, and then I got some stuff. So, I want to talk about on the next Patreon that we do on the Discord. Have you heard of this guy Tom McDonald?
No.
Okay, he's this rapper guy. I think personally he's whack as fuck. He thinks he's like this like martyr for like anti-woke martyr, like he's again like sort of like talks shit about like social justice, and like he has a song called Woke and like a song called like Cancel Me and one song called like White Boy, and it's a trip. It's really trippy. So I would love on
what a shocker. So he's an anti-woke anti-cancel culture guy, and he's a white guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I would have never guessed.
And yeah, but it's funny because he's got like
he's a white male, and
yeah.
is he in his 30s or 40s?
Yeah, right about.
Dude, are you serious?
Yeah. So but I think the next Patreon
probably dropped out of high school.
Dude, I hope not. No, it seems like he fucking graduated, and that's the problem. No, stay in school, kids. I wish I would have. I look back at it now and I go. Because I got some pretty smart friends who my goal was don't do anything. Like there was a year where I did nothing. Like my last year in high school, I literally did zero. Like I go, let me see how little I could do before the shit.
Most years in high school
really hits the fan. Yeah, me too. But one year I was like, they give you homework, not do like every single class, not doing anything, right? But I had some other friends who they were rebellious too, but their goal was they were going to do so well that they could get away with anything. Their grades were so good. They fucking were like on first name basis with the principal, and they got away with murder because of how well they did it. Now that I look back, I was like, that was fucking smart. That's really
Yeah,
smart.
I had a friend like that too. I had a friend who graduated like with honors, and he went to college and got like a sick engineering degree, but he was also like an amazing drummer.
Yeah.
And as soon as he graduated, he looked up in this, back in the day they had those, newspaper ads for, and it was like drummer wanted for touring band, and he ended up touring. He ended up joining this band that was, their drummer had just quit, but they needed a drummer for a tour of Europe and Asia and Japan.
Damn.
So he just like straight out of college joined this band, and they ended up just like, being in this like working band, getting paid, putting records out.
Damn.
And I remember being like, dude, you have an engineering degree. And he's like, bro, I got that shit from my parents, man. As soon as I was out,
yeah.
he's like, all I wanted to do was drum.
Dude, you
So
know what?
he was
I'll tell you,
stoked.
the work ethic, though, that he put into getting that degree, the fact that he could join that band, like, I don't know what the timeline was, but it seems rather quick to just jump on because their drummer left, learn all the material, and then be ready to tour is... a certain type of like brain can do that. That'd be really fucking hard for me, and I've been playing over half my life. It's just a different type of fucking mind.
No, he was literally one of the best drummers I've ever played
Yeah.
with in my life,
There you
and he
go.
was practicing as much as he was studying. So
For
he was
sure.
studying and practicing 2-3 hours a day. So yeah.
Man. Well, I think I was kind of, a little tired today. Wasn't really sure what we were going to talk about. I think towards the end, I thank you also for like encouraging me to like continue my thoughts, because sometimes I think I quit and maybe I'm on the right about to sort of like form my words right, and I if you hadn't pushed me, I would have probably just pulled the plug possibly. So that's it. I think that this ended up being a pretty cool discussion. I want to do that Patreon soon. We got some new things happening there. I would say go on Hulu if you have it. Watch In and of Itself. It's a pretty interesting show, man. It's they filmed it over like 500 nights at this theater or something, or they did a bunch of fucking performances. And at the beginning it says like turn your phone off, blah blah blah, and I actually like did, and it's the first thing that in a while that I've been able to just watch and it was inspiring. It kind of inspired me to want to write more. I got this sort of wild hair up my ass to make like a zine. Like I've been painting, and so I thought, hey, if I do black and white paintings, I just got a regular piece of paper, folded it in half, so all the paintings have been what would that be, 4 by
I can help you with
whatever.
that. 8.5 and 11 by, yeah.
Yeah, but
8.5
to fold
by
into
11.
pages.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that slowly, cranking out like pieces and doing basically, my painting isn't great. So what I'm banking on is sort of spilling my heart in some like more like poetic sort of written word blurbs. So I'm hoping to have that done soon, and I'll possibly have it available to ship to people. Who knows,
Cool. That sounds awesome, man.
Yeah, so it'll be cool. But but that's it. Do you have any recommendations, dude?
I really don't, man. I've been watching Survivor, it's a great show.
Yeah, you told me it. It's as funny as that sounds. It's like those shows are a great sort of human character
Oh,
study.
that show is sick, yeah. I you know what? I do have a recommendation.
Dope.
I as always, I recommend people go on the Criterion
Nice.
channel and get a free trial. And there's so many good movies on there. But I just watched a Walter Matthau movie.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't
you
even
were
remember what
telling
it's
me.
called, but
yeah.
man, there's so many good movies. There's a movie called The Married Couple. It's a documentary where it's just like this. It's in the 60s, and it's basically just a married couple like fighting and arguing, and it's fucking insane. Like, it's so good. Yeah, the Criterion channel. Like, get off. Just leave Netflix alone. Even just get it for a month. It's $10.
Nice.
And there's just unbelievable amount of just awesome. There's a whole section of 70s horror movies. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre's in there.
the
The Wicker
greatest.
Man.
Yeah.
I watched Brian De Palma's Sisters. There's a movie called The Driller Killer from the guy who made King of New York and not Taxi Driver, but the other one, Bad Lieutenant.
Oh yeah,
Abel Ferrara
Okay.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just awesome. The Criterion Channel, all the samurai movies are on
Man,
there.
I gotta get that.
All
That's
the
crazy,
French
yeah.
classics. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, that. Oh, real quick before I forget, me, Van Corona, and Chris McMillan from 4933 Productions. We helped Jesse Johnson record all these like trumpet covers she's doing of these hip hop songs. And it was just a really fun day. Those guys are doing a bunch of cool shit, man. We shot it in the garage. Everybody was safe. It was my first time running sound, so I got to help with the audio. So check those out. Check out 4933. Give them a follow. Those guys are really good friends of mine and really supportive of the art that we're making right now during these crazy times. And also, I got London Calling by The Clash on vinyl. I mean, if you got a record player, do yourself a favor. Go get that. It's a perfect album, man. Top to bottom. It's so good. Every time I hear it, I can't believe it. Anyway, that's it. Until next time, we love you guys. Shout out to Hot Bob Hot Sauce. Shout out to everybody that supports us. Tie Dye Company, Luca Clothing, Addicted to Chaos. We love you guys, and we'll see you soon. By the way, I got some Hot Bob Hot Sauce for you, David.
Yes.
Yup. I'll get it to you soon. I
Yes.
gotta swing by and get some stuff from you anyway. Wink, wink.
Yep.
No. Okay, cool. We love you
Wink.
guys. See you next week. Yeah.
Gunshots on a gun, I don't wanna be. Guilt trip, these drugs are inside of me. This is not where I wanna be. This is not who I wanna be. And these words I